Welcome to another episode, everyone. Young Hawk from 9-4 Hoover called out 4Extra from Rolling 40's crib to a squabble, a fight. I guess he wants Adam 22 to sponsor the fight from No Jumper. He pays for the fight $50,000 and they go head up. Who is Young Hawk from Hoover and why does he want to fight 4Extra? Now, he wants to fight 4Extra. Well, first of all, Young Hawk from 9-4 Hoover is an individual who did time in prison, 8-9 years. He's been out for a couple of years or what have you. Now, it's been put out on the internet that Young Hawk from 9-4 Hoover got summons to the Hoovers to get his put off, to get put off of 9-4 Hoover. The reason being, or at least part of the reason, supposedly, allegedly, is because Young Hawk from Hoover was on an EOP yard in prison. EOP. And we'll get into what a EOP yard is. We'll get into whether or not this is factual. If Young Hawk from Hoover actually got put off or is about to be put off. And for what reason? I spoke with Young Hawk a few weeks ago and a few days ago. When I spoke with him a few weeks ago, he wanted me to do a video about him calling out 4Extra for a fight. People sometimes call me, some of my homies and others, they have ideas for my channel. They want me to do this video or speak on this topic or what have you, or come to their defense about this or straighten this out, what have you. I thought about it and I decided not to do the video. I really just want to focus on prison stories, and therefore my viewers will know what they're getting every time I come through. The history of prison, gang violence, why these stabbings happen, how to avoid them, how to avoid prison, etc. I'm trying to educate you all the best that I can. The gang banging stuff on the internet has gotten very messy, very gay, if you will. Dudes pulling up to dudes' hoods, doing pull-ups, talking about where you at, calling people out. Hawk brung King Peel to the hood, or whoever he is, and he out there looking for 4Extra and all that. Hawk got put off of Hoover. All of this shit is on the internet. Since when hood shit been on the internet? Yes, I talk about hood shit. I talk about shit that happened in prison that already happened. And again, there's a lesson in every story. But this stuff right here is just out of control. Whatever happened to the peace? I thought we was all about peace. Whatever happened to the peace talks and us getting along and being a proponent for peace? Instead, it has devolved into a lot of messiness. I can imagine. So Hawk says he wants to fight 4Extra because when they were in the county jail together, and I was in the county jail with Hawk, I'll get into that. I was in the county jail with 4Extra as well. Hawk said that he called 4Extra out for a fight. Many of you have already heard the story. He called 4Extras out for a fade there in the county jail. This is according to Hawk. This is all, I'm just a reporter. I'm just reporting the story. I'm trying to bring some clarification if possible. He called 4Extra out for a fade. 4Extra said, okay, we gonna squabble up. We gonna take that fade. You know, 4Extra, he ain't turning down no fades, especially not from a Hoover. What's up? We gonna get that in. They called 4Extra to go to Wayside. The next day, later on that night, what have you. And Hawk told 4Extra, again, all according to Hawk, do not go to Wayside. Do not jump on that Wayside line because we got to catch that fade, that squabble, that fight that we talked about, that we just agreed upon. So don't go to Wayside. And Hawk says, 4Extra said, man, I'm going to Wayside anyway. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Fuck all that. I got to go to Wayside You got homies in Wayside, I just squabble them. So Hawk say that he never got a chance to get that fight with 4Extra. And I guess he sort of put it like 4Extra was scared or rolled it up because he went to Wayside when they called his name for Wayside. Instead of jumping the Wayside line and saying, no, I'm not going to Wayside, I'm staying here so I can fight Hawk. Now, to me and for me, in my estimation, that's not PCing up, that's not rolling up, that's not, they call your name for Wayside and you go to Wayside, even though you're supposed to have a fight with somebody, whatever, you go to Wayside. I'll fight you next time I see you. Or like he said, I'll go up here and squabble your homies. And that's what 4Extra was up there doing. So I don't see anything wrong with that per se. But whatever the case, since he did not get to fight with 4Extra at that juncture, he wants to fight now. Many people have accused Hawk of clout chasing, of wanting to fight 4Extra just because 4Extra is now internet famous, if you will, and is fighting, is known for fighting all his enemies. But Hawk says, no, I'm not clout chasing. That 4Extra has been dissing the hood. He's always talking about all the homies that he fought. So I want to squabble him. I want to fight him. And plus, I was supposed to fight him before, and we never got a chance to catch that fade because he took his ass to Wayside and he wasn't supposed to. He was supposed to stay back and take that fade, and he never did do it. So I want to fade him now. I guess maybe 4Extra has not responded. So that's the situation, just to give you the background on why Hawk wants to fight 4Extra and their history together. They know each other from the county jail. They were supposed to fight. They never did. So now Hawk is saying, I want to fight 4Extra now. Again, many people have accused him of clout chasing and saying that he just wants to fight 4Extra to make a name for himself, that he's just talking, he's getting loud, doing all the same sort of antics that 4Extra does and has to try to get his name out there on the internet. I'll leave it all for you all to decide. Let's get to Hawk and whether or not he is being put off of Hoover and this EOP yard stuff. Now, the rumor is that he's being put off of Hoover, again, partially because he went to an EOP yard in prison. So I'll use this opportunity instead of talking about the fight with 4Extra and all that, because as I said, I didn't want to do that. And I didn't do this story. I didn't get on here and say, oh, Hawk calls out 4Extra, from 40s, he wants to fight. It's like, whatever. Only reason I'm doing it now is because it's out on the internet that Hawk got put off from Hoover. People have different reasons as to why he got put off. And some people believe it, some people don't. People want to know why he supposedly got put off. Again, I don't necessarily want to be speaking on all this. I don't want to be talking about Hoover business necessarily, about something like that anyway, here on the internet. But it's already been talked about. People have already put it out there. So goes the fate of game banging in 2025. And since it is out there, again, I have to bring some sort of clarification. And I'll take this opportunity to explain what an EOP yard is in prison. What the hell is an EOP yard? It stands for something outpatient, early outpatient, some shit. An EOP yard, and Hawk was on an EOP yard. He admitted to being on the EOP yard. When I talked to Hawk a few days ago, he said, yes, he was on the EOP yard. He gave me his reasons for being on there. I asked him, who is on the EOP yard? Precisely. Although I pretty much already know. He says people that's playing mental, playing crazy. Some of them really are crazy, of course. Some are playing crazy. Get on psych medication so that you can get an SSI check when you come home from prison. So you go in there and you play crazy. Some people play crazy or act like they're not all there to get to an EOP yard because they do not want to go to general population. They want to face the main line because the violence is much more steep on the main line. The politics are. Of course, there's violence on an EOP yard too because you have mental people there, some of them really mental. But they're getting violent for different reasons. Not because you flouted some rule or protocol or because they are a stickler for rules and protocols. It's more just because they're mental. And people try to get to these EOP yards to escape The main line, the general population. Not everyone goes for that reason. But most people that go, they go for that reason. And in my estimation, an EOP yard is not much different than a PC yard, an SNY yard. Oh, this is going to piss some people off, that statement. But I have to keep it real, and I can't get on here and say, because it was a homie that did it, or somebody from Hoover or whatever, that, oh, it's okay. No, I'm gonna keep the same energy that I would keep it if it was someone else that had done it. And in my estimation, anyone who goes to an EOP yard is sacrificing his reputation. Now, again, let's talk about the EOP yard. You have mental patients there, people who play crazy to go there, but you also have people who have bad cases, who has a bad crime, and he's there on the EOP yard. So it's just like PC. It's like a PC yard. The only difference is some people that go there went because they're playing some sort of psychiatric game there in prison. They're playing some sort of mental game in order to get to this yard. They don't have a bad charge. They're not a snitch. See, a PC yard, you have to be a snitch, a chomo, etc. And in order to get to a PC yard, SNY stands for sensitive needs yard, sensitive needs. You have sensitive needs, meaning you can't walk the main line. They have to protect you. SNY, that's a PC yard, that's protective custody. They call it SNY. SNY again stands for sensitive needs yard. And there on the SNY yard, sensitive needs yard, PC, protective custody yard, PC standing for protective custody. If you got there, you had to debrief in order to get there. If you're on the main line and you want to give it all up and you say, I'm rolling it up, I'm going PC. It's too much violence here. Now the homies want me to stab somebody. I'm about to lose my life. I'm out of here. Or you have a debt. You haven't paid your debt and you know they're about to get your ass. I'm out of here. Whatever your reason. When you go into the program office and talk to the police and tell them that you want to roll it up, that you want to go PC, you need to go PC, you have to go to an SNY yard. You have to go to protective custody. The police are going to debrief you at that time. The police in prison will not send you to a PC yard until you debrief. Excuse me. Meaning, until you give them information that they can verify, credible information about your gang, your faction, your community. Who's bringing in the stuff, who has the knives, where they're keeping them at. Before we put you on a PC yard, you have to all the way debrief. They do this, they say anyway, because you can be going to a PC yard or asking to go to a PC yard, really, because there's a hit out on someone that's on that PC yard. There's a chomo there, there's a snitch there that snitched on a higher up. You know where he's at. They tell you, get to that PC yard and go get him. Go get that snitch, go get that chomo. But you're not a PC. You a killer. You a hitman. You're going to the PC yard to put in some work, not because you're a PC. So to avoid this, the police say, if we're going to send you to a PC yard, we're going to make sure that you're a PC. You're not going to come from this level 4 mainline general population yard. You've been in prison for 20 years. You done stabbed 5 people. You a killer. And then come tell us you want to go over here with these nice ass PCs. We ain't going to let you over here. Until you go PC for real. And the way that you go PC for real is by giving us information. Then your ass is PC. You just snitched. So until you snitch and debrief and give us some information, you're not going to a PC yard. They keep your ass right there on the main line. So that's a PC yard. You're a chomo, you're a rat, or you had to debrief in order to get to that PC yard. For real. Real PC, real SNY, real protective custody. No coming back from that. An EOP yard, on the other hand, again, is most likely, and most people are there because they're playing some sort of mental game. I'm on medication, I'm losing my mind, the cell walls are closing in on me, I can't take it no more. Okay, we're gonna send you over to this yard and give you some medication. And everybody on the yard is zombied out and on medication. But again, some of them have bad charges. And so if you're a man and you're a gangster and you're in general population and you're on the main line and you stump down, you 10 toes down, you should not be on the EOP yard. Even if you're over there playing some mental game, because you're over there with people who are PC, people who have bad charges, even though you may not have those charges, even though you may not be PC. Some of the people who are over there are. It's like 50-50, so-called 50-50 yard. And no real gangster is supposed to be on the EOP yard with people who have bad charges, because those people are on that yard because they cannot come to general population. They will lose their lives. They will be deleted. That's why they are there. So if you are not someone who cannot step foot on the main line, then you should not be there, because now you're hanging around people who are protective custody. You hanging around people who have done unspeakable things to children. But you still a man. I'm a gangster. I'm from my hood. I'm stumped down. Not if you over here hanging out with this dude and you in the cell with this dude, because he can't come to the main line. So you should be over there busting his head, because we can't get to him to bust his head because he done went PC over here. But you can get to him. But instead, you over here chilling with him and programming with him because you playing some mental game. So in most people's eyes, most people who go to an EOP yard, they are considered no good. They're considered PC. They're not PC per se. Again, they didn't snitch. They don't have bad charges. You play some game to get over there. But this game done backfired on you, because you're over there with people who cannot walk the main line, which means you should not be over there walking any yard with these sort of people. And if you are, then yes, that's going to muddy up, bloody up, and smear your reputation. And so, this is the issue with Young Hawk right now. This is some of it. That he went to an EOP yard in prison. Now, I'm just calling it how I see it. I'm just calling it what it is, bro. He went to an EOP yard in prison. I think it was Vacaville or some shit. The worst prison you can go to, the worst EOP yard. Full of just no good pieces of shit motherfuckers. And he was up there chilling and programming with them. So, this is years later. And people have an issue with it. People are speaking about this. People are talking about it. And this supposedly is why he was summoned, or at least this is part of the reason. This is what he told me when I spoke with him the other day. Bro, why they talking about they putting you up? EOP yard. Now, we get into that. Whether or not an EOP yard is cause for a put off from your game. Can you be excommunicated from your gang for being on an EOP yard? Is Hawk in line to be exiled from the gang for how he comported himself in prison, at least as it relates to the EOP yard? And did Hawk really get put off of Hoover, or is he about to be? I'll answer all of those questions in my next video. But there's a lot going on right now with Hawk, and there's a lot going on the internet with this gang nonsense being played out for the world to see. And I'm going to do my best to stay away from it. I'm probably not doing the best job right now, even making this damn stupid ass video about this bullshit. But again, it's already out there, so people asking me to speak on it. Bro, this your homie, you know. Why you ain't said nothing? Did he get put off or not? Was he on the EOPR? Is the EOPR bad? You know. So I'm just trying to clear some of that up. Again, many people obviously are not going to like what I said about the EOPR. But I can't pull any punches. And so we'll get into a little further the situation with Hawk and whether or not he's still from Hoover or not. I'll give you what I know personally about that situation so that there won't be a lot of speculation out here on the internet. But this is what it is. This is young Hawk that we're talking about from 9-4 Hoover, who called out 4Extra for a fade. I just gave you the reason as to why he called 4Extra out for a fade in his words, in his estimation. Again, he was supposed to fight him in the county jail. It never went through, so I want to fight him now. He out here popping it. He talking about the homies. He out talking about infant Jap, Chinese Jap, who he beat up and this, that. Tell him to fight me. I want to fight him. We never had a chance to fight then. Fight me now. Other people say, who the hell is Hawk? You just talking, you clout chasing. 4Extra is famous. You trying to live off of 4Extra. Go get a job, bro. Get off the internet with this bullshit. You talking loud. You just popping it, trying to be like 4Extra. Bringing all these dudes over here and they working out and they doing all the, where 4Extra at? This is game banging now? Oh, this shit is weird. It's real weird. I'm gonna make sure I stay far away from that type of shit right there. I want no parts of it. I've come too far to let it all go over something like that. No, sir, I'm good. But coming up in my very next video, I'm just gonna get right into it, man. What the fuck is going on with young Hawk from 9-4 Hoover? Is he even still from Hoover? Since everybody's talking about it and it's out there, I don't answer the question. Stay free, people.